It's IDO season again, and I want to go over the general being early in crypto kind of stuff, how you can make a shit ton of money with crypto. Why do I have Illuvium right here? Because this is a beautiful example. So let's take a look at how we're gonna nail the next crypto bull run. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, and somewhere in the video I'm gonna ask you a question. If you get the answer right, drop a comment. I'm gonna pick one winner who wins $100 worth of What Do You Mean, my own project. So let's get right into it. Now, back in the previous cycle, well, before the previous cycle, we had an ICO blast basically, right? And what it means, it's basically if you invest in a project before it hits the market, you have a very good chance of making some huge gains, because on the market it gets bought up as well if it's a good project. Now, if we take a look at Illuvium, for example, yeah, this was crazy. If you look at the fundraising round right here, if you were in the pre-seed round, that's not something it's easy to get into, but still, it's possible. You could have bought the Illuvium token for $1, right? At max, you made a 915x, not percent, 915x. And even in the IDO round, you could have made a 38x max, right? $50 a token. Now, it was way more. It's now double, but it's way more, of course, what it was. That's just one example. There were a lot of IDOs who performed really well. If you look at the top performing IDOs right here, which was Ethereum itself, of course, but Project PAI, I have no idea what that is, to be honest, but IOTA, Omni, BNB, and we have the more familiar coins like Axie Infinity, Cardano, Solana, Polygon, Sandbox, right? If you look at all these gains right here, you could have made a 1000x, 1500x, up to a 44,000x, which is absolutely incredible, of course, right? So what I'm doing right now is I'm focusing on two different things. One, I focus a lot on launchpads, because through these launchpads, you can get into these launches. As you can see right here, a lot of these projects, they launched through a launchpad, right? Most of them on the Binance launchpad, as Binance has its own launchpad. But a lot of them also on Oxbull, for example, Paid Network, GameFi, TrustSwap, we have a lot of insane, like we have Seedify, which released Blocktopia. It's TrustSwap, but also Seedify, Redguy, TrustPad, a lot of these projects, right? So I'm using CryptoRank a lot for this kind of stuff. And what I'm basically doing is I look at IDO/ICO and I go to launchpads. And here you can find out about all the different launchpads which are out there. You can see what the current ROI is. You can see what the average all-time high ROI is, how many IDOs they have done, how much money they have raised, what's the entry to get into such a launchpad, and the market cap of the project token, although I don't think that's completely accurate. But a lot of my favorite launchpads are here in this list. Seedify, Pools Finance, I see Engine Starter, I see Decubate right there. There are a lot of good launchpads out there. So what you can do is, of course, you can take a look at this list, but you can also take a look at the IDO platform ROI. So if you take it from year to date, then you can see how from the beginning this year until now, which launchpads have performed best. You can clearly see that Seedify, Engine Starter, Pools Finance are the big winners. I skip Bull Starter, but that's just because they had 5 launches really. The others all have around 20 launches, so that's a really fair way to measure it. And you can also take a look like, hey, there's Kingdom Starter or BSCS, right? They have a lot of launches, but their average ROI is pretty low. Communities, pretty low. GameFi, pretty low, right? That's overall a loss, what you get right there. So if you want to get into the launchpads which have the biggest ROI, it's what you do it for, then you should take a look at the top of this list right here, and then you are pretty fine with that. So in this case, I would like to show you the things that I'm looking at the moment. There are a couple of projects coming out. I'd like to go over them really quick, but I will make a separate video for everything that I invest in. But for example, I invested not too long ago $13,000 in Chappies through Seedify, right? And I also invested through ChainGPT and Pulse Finance, but Seedify was the biggest investment. 13K. Now the value investing is $117,000 with already $20,000 in value already vested. The current ROI is a 10x. Yeah, and there was a total allocation on all launchpads of 17K. So doing a 10x on 17K, yeah, that's pretty nice. Considering this market making $170,000, that's pretty good. But that's just one lunch, right? We also had Sophiaverse, for example, which is sitting at a 4x right here. We have Open Fabric, which is sitting at a 2.5x. Not that spectacular, but still good, right? We have Solidus AI Tech, 1.33x. Okay, fine. DexCheck, 2.75x. Also did pretty okay. But most of the big projects are coming out in the bull market and not in the bear market. So I would like to go over a couple of projects that I'm currently looking at that are going to release. And I would like to show you the second way to be early in these kind of projects without any launch pads. So the first one I'm then looking at is Friend3. Friend3 is a social fi platform and also combined with AI. And they are going to release on Pools, on ChainGPT, and on Decubate. Now, I love Pools. I love ChainGPT. I love Decubate. So these are all one of my favorite launchpads out there. So it's nice to see that it's going to release on all of these three. BNB Swap Ventures was a investor in the project. They haven't disclosed how much money they have invested, but I think this is a solid one. If you look how many watch lists it already is, they are raising a total of $900,000, which is not bad. Initial market cap 500K, fully diluted 10 million. 20x token vesting. Hey, I've seen it much bigger than that. And for a new project, that is definitely not that bad. You don't want to dump all the tokens at once, of course, because then, yeah, you know, everybody is going to dump it on you, and the project starts off with a big red candle. That's absolutely not what you want. So Friend3 is one I'm looking at, but also another one that is coming up is WorkX, for example. I'll make a different video about that as well. This is basically a platform where you can put your job applications, or where you can hire people or fire, whatever you want to do, specifically about crypto, which is like very much needed. Crypto is Web3. Web3 is full of builders, and if you're looking for a job, and this is the platform to go to get that job. So I like that quite a lot. Plexus at the moment of recording just happened. So that was in Seedify. So we'll see how that is going to do. Friend3. ChainGPT is also going to release Paytax, GT Protocol, and Serenity Shield. So quite some projects coming up the coming couple of weeks, months. Like I said, it's really IDO season, but there's also a way to get in launchpads, like being in Neo Tokyo. Neo Tokyo has their own launchpad as well. Being in Spartadex, here you can also join lunches. You can also do it through Nexus, which is coming up, a launchpad from Hustlepedia, from Crypto Banter, right? There are many launchpads out there, and I just try to be really early. So some specific launchpad news for now. Like I said, WorkX is going to release the 4th of December on Decubate and a couple of other launchpads. But what I like really is that WorkX is quite of a hyped project, and Decubate is quite of a low cap launchpad. It has a $4 million market cap with 15 fully diluted, so 3 times token vesting, give or take. It is a very good one. They also, just like everything in the crypto space, basically just 2x'd over the last couple of weeks. So they're just going with the market, and Decubate is way more than just a launchpad. They provide a lot of tech towards these projects that are releasing right there, so they have the right connections, and I think that Decubate is definitely on the low, a launchpad that is worth checking out, because, you know, if we look at the Seedify with a current what is it, $100 million market cap or so, or slightly higher than that. Let me check. 107 million. I feel like, yeah, okay, Seedify, they were number one forever, right? But if you have to compare a launchpad to another launchpad, then you can get a fair value. And if it's more than 20 times as low, I feel like, hey, Kubernetes really has some room to grow. As you know, Seedify also has room to grow, in my opinion. Now about Pools Finance, they are huge, man. I love Pools Finance. Pools Finance is also one of the bigger launchpads, also higher in the list with the ROI that you're making from it. So they release good projects, they have good returns. The allocations with Pools are lower than with Seedify, but then again, there is way more going on right there. The token price is really bullish. Like 80% of the Pools tokens are staked and locked. So the tokenomics are really good. Also, if you take a look at the current market cap compared to the fully diluted market cap, there's basically not a difference right there. If you take it over the last 30 days, Pools also went from $2 to $4, also doubled. They are working on a refund system as well, because all these launchpads have a refund system where you can just click, blab, get your tokens or get your money back done, right? You don't have to wait for anything. That's what I really like. So it's all in your own control, basically. Also, if you have more than 3,500 Pools tokens, you will be liable for way more than just the lunches. You will get airdrops, and you will get airdrops of all different projects. So let me check out if I can find it right here. Yeah, they say it right here. Pools has announced IDOs and partnerships with 35,000 worth of F3 token, Atom token, via RB token, Rapid and Fly tokens for the 3,500 plus Pools tokens lockers. What it basically means is that if you have those tokens, you will be liable to get an airdrop for over more than 10 different projects. So you just get them airdropped. It's free money. If you are not happy with that, then I don't know. Plus, they introduced a new buy and burn back. I don't know, at least a buyback program where they are buying back their own tokens, and it feels like time is kind of running out on these launchpads, because they are all moving and making big steps, and Pools is definitely doing that. I just love what Pools is building right here, man. So this is just a little list of what's coming, right? So if you hold the tokens, you will get tokens airdrops from Friend3, Fly Guys, Octavia, Billionaire, Atom, and Rapid Chain. You see the reward size, and you see how the airdrop vesting is going, right? So it is all literally free money. Yeah, you cannot complain about free money, of course. So Seedify, Pools Finance, ChainGPT, DQB, they all have engine started. They all have good things coming. Now, another thing that I want to show you is really quick how to be early in crypto. You can, for example, use CryptoRank for this. If you go to fundraising, right, you can see the fundraising rounds right here. And what you can basically see is certain projects that are getting fundraising from big investors, from VCs, etc. Right? So you can see that Blast gained $20 million through Paradigm, Standard Crypto, Eagle Capital, etc., etc. So you might want to look at Blast and be like, wow, okay, they raise a lot of money, right? So that's already step one towards success. I mean, if you want to make it in crypto, you need to do well, as in investing in your product, in the marketing, etc., to get out there, right? If you go to a launchpad and you invest in a project that barely raises any money, how do you expect them to be successful? Well, this is a good way to do that. And here you can then also read, of course, like, hey, what are they doing? What is this in the first place? Well, it's the first layer 2 with native yield. La, 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 la. It's not about this project. I haven't looked at it at all, but that's how you can look at that. Now, also be in the good groups, right? You can join the Fomo Factory Telegram group. It's free, by the way. Go there, right? It's there. You can join our group. A lot of alpha in that group, a lot of degens, but a lot of smart people in there as well. But like I said, you can also just join things like Neo Tokyo or whatsoever. You get a lot of information from there. There are a lot of good projects that are coming out which haven't even started their pre-sale yet. So you can maybe reach out to such a project and be like, hey guys, if you have enough funds, like, hey, I want to do a private investment, right? And it usually takes some funds. But if you have those, yeah, then you can do incredible well. Like I just showed you at the beginning of the video, if you were really early into Illuvium, for example, or whatever, man, you made a killing, right? So you can be even earlier than Launchpads. Now, that's what we're going to focus on a lot on the channel as well, being early in the quality stuff. But this is basically general information on how to be early, where to look, which Launchpads, in my opinion, are the best to take a look at. And is there anything else that I need to discuss? Well, you just know that it is Launchpad season, right? Like it's kind of everything season right now. But if you look at the Launchpads right now, I mean, Engine Starter is performing, like if we put it on the week, performing really well. Seedify is performing really well. Pools Finance is performing really well. This is not even the best chart. It's actually $4 right now. Chain GPT is performing like what the fuck, I haven't seen this yet, performing really well, right? A lot of these Launchpads are performing really well. We can add Decubate in here as well if it is here. Actually, I will pop it up later. But damn, these Launchpads are flying, and if you can get your hands early in these tokens, then yeah, that's perfect. So the question for this video, so you can win $100 worth of my token. I'm not gonna ask you how many times I've said that's kind of bitch right there. But what was the I need to figure something random, man. That's so stupid. What was the first Launchpad that I've showed you on screen in this video? Let me know down below and I'll respond to you if you want. Thanks for watching. Please like the video by liking the video. Oh, that's the wrong button. Whatever. Like the video by liking the video. Subscribe to the channel. We all can make it. Stream decks are great, man. Catch you guys very soon. Bye-bye.